gentlemen, I just really want to say God bless and thank you. I bring greetings to you from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. And I definitely am just really honored and blessed. You just made me want to cry. I'm a crier, so somebody may have to pass some tissues to me as I'm up here because of the fact that it is such an honor to be before you ladies and gentlemen. And the fact that we are here today, not by happenstance, it's just the connection that you never know where your path is going to lead. But if you're connected and stay connected and you're in the right place in the right time where you're supposed to be, everything, all the endless possibilities that are out there, it's just the door's open to you. So I just really wanted to just put that out there and to say thank you. First and foremost, thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up. They say that 80% of success is just by showing up. So thank you for showing up. Thank you. I just thank Peggy for just blessing me to be before you today and that she trusts me, you know, with what God has given me in my belly to be able to now say something to you. I don't ever take it by happenstance to be here, and the fact that I look at it as me decreasing so that God can increase. He has a word to say. I'm just a vessel just to be open. So with that said, what I want to do, we know that energy. Say energy for me, please. Energy. Energy begets energy. So this is what I would like for you to do. We have to make sure that the energy and the vibrations are up. So what I want you to do is just give a high five to your neighbor and say, I am limitless. I am limitless. Now I want to take it to another level though. Now, y'all did that right to your neighbor. But now I want you to go across. So y'all means I got to stand up. You're going to go ahead and tap 3 people and say, I am limitless. I am limitless. Now y'all not done. Y'all got to now tap some around and say, we are limitless. We are limitless. Y'all like, oh, we already did that. We're not going to tap people. Tell one person and say, we are limitless. Yes. All right. Wow. How's that feel? Good. Let's check it out. Because see, we can't stay in the same place that we know that's comfortable. Sometimes we got to get out of our comfort zone. It's not even about being inside the box or trying to think outside the box. We need to be outside of the box anyway, because that's where our answer lies. But see, this is the question I want to ask you now. With this said, and actually I'm so excited because of the fact that with my presentation, first and foremost, this is the first time that I actually put a PowerPoint presentation together. I always just flow. I let God speak through me. But never before have I shared this particular PowerPoint presentation. So you, ladies and gentlemen, are the first ones to actually see this PowerPoint presentation and what in the world God has to say to all of us today. All right, so y'all better get ready. Somebody tap anybody and say, get ready. All right, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today. My name is Dr. Sarah Renee Langley. My practice is called Lead Her International, where I help women leaders to now position and shift by boldly going after their next. What is your next? What is your next? Ask your neighbor, what is your next?
What is your next? What is your next?
Why don't you go ahead and answer that? Do y'all know what your next is? Who knows their next? All right, share it with your neighbor real quick. What is your next? Go ahead and share that. What is your next? What is your next?
My next is increase my business. I'm a tax professional, and I want to start empowering businesses to know what they need to do for the taxes.
So my next is opening my business overseas. Yeah, I need to open up a third country. I mean 2 countries.
Okay, who wants to share? What is your next? Just call it out for me. Yes.
My next is to go to a level that I've never been before.
Amen to that. Thank you. Anyone else? What is your next?
My next is to be happy and just do whatever I want to do.
I know that's right. Amen to that. Anyone else have for next? What's your next? You can shout it out.
1,000 monthly subscribers.
Amen to that. What is your next? Anyone else? Because I want to amen that. Because that's powerful when someone bears witness and be in agreement. See, it's not about based on what you believe, it's not based on what you say or the fact that you may not see it. You have to believe it first. You have to speak it out into existence and have someone to bear witness for it. Yes?
My next is to keep a healthy mindset in deed and in action.
Amen. Amen to that. Yes.
My next is to start a global women movement, especially in Africa, to ensure that all women transforms their lives to another level.
Amen to that. Yes. Amen. Yes.
And I'm going to finance them.
Amen. Now who wants to talk about their next?
Watch it, baby. Watch it, girl. Everybody. You got to step in the deep. You do.
Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. Yes, sir.
My next is to enlighten the people so they see what I see.
Amen to that. I'm on fire in here today. What is your
And
next?
to second that, not only to enlighten people to see what I see, but the young people to see what I see in them, to bring that out of them so that they can be everything that God has called them to be.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen.
My next is to empower women so that they can empower their families and then their communities.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Good job.
Excellent. Look at that. The fact that y'all opened your mouth to step out. You didn't know, okay, well, what kind of question is that? But when I said that, y'all was like, Let me tell you about my background real quick. My background is a licensed professional counselor by trade, right? And so I'm going to share a secret with you as a counselor, former counselor. Now I'm a coach, speaker, author, and trainer. But when I was a counselor, my job, matter of fact, is there any counselors in here? Okay, should I share this secret, y'all? I should have asked for permission. I'll share a little tidbit. I'm not going to give it all away. But one thing that we love to do is to make y'all think. Because, see, the way that you think determines how you behave. That's right. See, as a man thinketh, so is he. Amen to that. But I'll put myself out there. Y'all can see I'm very transparent. I don't have a problem with that, right? Being full transparency. I love to make my clients cry, okay? I just love making them cry. Amen. Oh, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. Yes. Love making you cry. You know, like if I feel like you are like right there, and then you try to go back up, and you're trying to hold back the tears, I would say something just try to make you cry. When I got it, I'm like, yes, success. So yes. What I'm also doing, though, is to make sure that I make you think, to have you and to move you. First of all, everything that we do have to be strategic. Say strategic. Strategic. What I did was, I first said, go ahead and touch your neighbor, high five them, and say that. What did I have y'all to say? I am limitless. I am limitless. And then I said, okay, get up. Right. I had you to shift. Say the word shift. Shift. We have to make sure that we shift our energy, shift our vibrations. We have to make sure that we shift to the next level, the next dimension. It's not even about the levels, it's about dimension. Right. Dimension, ladies and gentlemen. What in the world does God have for you? And remember this, it's not about you. What you go through is not for you, it's for someone else. Right. So you have to make sure that you, sister, step out. To be able to now, I had asked you, hey, call out, what is your next? Maybe some of y'all didn't even know what your next was. You wanted to sit there and be quiet. But then you're like, you know what? All of a sudden this came to you. You started to say it. And then you saw what happened. I said, go ahead. What's your next? You started to speak it out. And then all of a sudden there's a connection. Finances to go towards, her vision for Africa. All these things is right in this room. The power in this room blows my natural mind. I'm telling you the truth. I know I'm in great company today. We all family, we all sisters and brothers. Right. Because of the fact of one thing that connects us. And I will share that actually through my story. The power of your story. Please say that. The power of my story. The power of my story. I want to first ask you, who's happy in this room? Oh, I am. Raise your hand. Who's happy? Y'all happy, huh? Yes. All right. Amen to that. Okay. Who's successful? Who said they're successful? Thank you all. All right. Okay, that was like me. Okay, first of all, so 95% of the room say happy. Now successful, I said, okay, I see about 60% in here. But how about happy? Who's happy and successful at the same time? All right. That looks about 55%. All right, so the other 45%. What's up, y'all? What's up with the happiness and success? Because you can actually have it both at the same time. Right. A lot of times people don't know that, though. They think that it's either one or the other. I can only be happy, but I can't be successful. And in what I'm born to do or to give.
That's right.
But I can be successful, but Lord knows I'm not happy. Yeah, people who are miserable, because a lot of times we look at other people's situation and circumstances. We look at these rich and wealthy people who looks like they are miserable and but they're successful because they don't have a relationship with their family, they don't have a relationship with their kids, they don't have a relationship with who they, we want to have a relationship with. And so many of us, and I will, again, be in full transparency, because of where I grew up, because I grew up in the worst area of Philadelphia called North Philly. And the fact that we were considered very poor, very poor. And so we used to say, my dad used to say to us, that it's better for us to get our riches in heaven. So let's be poor here on earth. So all I knew was to be poor. But what is interesting was the mindset. It is interesting how you think. Because then I started to hate on people who seemed to be rich, who had everything. I'm like, well, they're going to hell. Because, see, my daddy said, I need to be poor here on earth so then I can have my riches in heaven. So I'm going to remain poor. Lord Jesus. Say, Sarah, you had the wrong type of thinking. Wrong type of thinking. But it wasn't until God exposed me to so many things. But it was based on the tracking of my story. Know that we all have a story to tell. Know that your gifts and your talents will make room for you. Amen. Please remember that. Your gifts and your talents will make room for you. Touch your neighbor and say, my gift and talent will make room for me. Please touch your other neighbor and say, your gift and talent will make room for you. How in the world did this girl from North Philadelphia, who was considered poor, downtrodden, we were poorer than poor, man. We were like dirt poor, beyond the ground poor, because of the fact that that's what my daddy believed, that's what we need to be, because of its upbringing from North Carolina. North Carolina. My daddy's from Greenville, North Carolina. My mama's from Charlotte, North Carolina. So the amazing thing is that, of course, coming from Philadelphia and born and raised in Philadelphia, but still having that type of mindset mentality because of what their upbringing was, what their mentality was. They started to now have it for me, but it's okay. And this is what I want to talk about towards the end. I'm kind of going ahead of myself. But what I realized is that despite of how poor I was, despite of the things that I didn't have, God knew that there was a gift within me, that He placed in me to now be before you today. To now have me travel around the world and to share my story, to share my message of hope, of possibility. It's not based on a bank account, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Tell your neighbor it's not based on your bank account. Hey, I'm going to even shake it up even more. Touch your neighbor and say it's not based on your knowledge all the time. It's not based on your knowledge all the time. Let me tell you now. Hey, I got my PhD as in psychology, human behavior. I have had licenses in like almost 8 states. I had offices in up to 6 states, from Philadelphia all the way down to Virginia. I had a 6-figure business. I had staff. I had money. I had 2 houses. I had 2 cars. I was living the dream until, of course, life happens. Tell your neighbor, life happens. Life happens. But your gift, your talents will make room for you.
That's right.
See, we got to hold on to this. Not based on the tangibilities, not based on things that we can take, touch, because they can go in an instant. What do you have left when none of it is there?
Amen.
Your gift is to help others, and it provides for you. Remember that. Your gift helps others, but it provides for you. I think someone just said that earlier. Your gift does make room. It is to help others, and it will provide for you. Make sure that everything's in decency and in order, though. See, it's all about the timing. It's not always about, it's not always about certain things that you have your ducks in a row. It's also about the timing of a thing. It's about your gut instinct. It's also about the Holy Spirit. How He leads and guides us into all truth. It is about that. Don't forget that. You have to make sure that understanding that wisdom equates knowledge and understanding. It's amazing to have knowledge, but if you don't have understanding, you didn't have wisdom. That's right. You have to make sure that you have knowledge and understanding of a thing. Or you're going to keep repeating over and over, say it with me, and over and over and over and over and over again until you actually pass this, until you actually pass the grade, the test. Make sure that you do these things when you are considering your gift and talents, when you're trying to find out, well, what is my gift? What am I here for? What am I purposed to do? What is your purpose? It is amazing that all the things in my journey, with the power of my story, I didn't think I had something to talk about. I didn't think I had a story. I'm like, okay, it's a standard, we were poor, yes. I got out of North Philly, went to school, I went to college, I ended up, working hard, got my PhD finally, started my own business, and yeah, the end. Now I'm traveling around the world and speaking and helping impact lives all over the world. The end. But know that there's a process. We all make it look great on Facebook. Say that. We all make it look great on Facebook. We all know how to make ourselves look so great on Facebook. But Lord have mercy, we always cut out the process. We don't talk about the story. You hear those stories, and y'all can raise your hand on this one. She already raised her hand. I already know you're going to talk about this. It's amazing how you can see on Facebook, or you see, people that are doing this, who would say, yeah, I was living this way, and I was doing X, Y, and Z, and then all of a sudden I quit my job, and now I went out for my dream, and I'm making $1 million a day, an hour, and I'm just living a dream. How many people have heard that before? Yeah. But they forget to talk about the process. The process. Say process, please. Process. There is a process. You got to make sure it's not just based on what you have learned or what you obtained, but it's also based on what did you experience, what did you learn, and that it's not for you, it's for someone else. The fact that we can talk about these things on Facebook, social media, Twitter, all that stuff, it is a matter of making sure that when you are getting the process together, when you are learning from your process, that now it's going to have so much value. Say value. Value. It's about the value that you bring based on your story. It's about the value that you bring, not based on what you accumulate. You did not get into that position. Trust me, believe, many of us, it took some years to get to where we are. Yes? It took some years to get to finally being or arriving to being happy and successful. We need to be actually open and honest. Open and honest. The buzzword now in the industry and the field is about being authentic. Authenticity. Have y'all heard that around lately? It's like a trend now. It's like, okay, we're going to be authentic this time. I wonder what the buzzword is going to be next time. It's like, it's not about a trend. It's about really being real. And this is exactly where I'm going to take you all as far as being open and transparent, so that in hopes it will help you to now be limitless. To be limitless. I wanted to bring her with me. I knew that, and Peggy, I have some pictures now. I knew that part of my story, my journey, has to do with this little lady here. Her name is Mary Nell Nelson Langley from Charlotte, North Carolina. And little Mary Nell Nelson Langley, the whole thing that I want to talk about is what we came here for today. Mary Nell Nelson Langley was, I think she was like the third, she was the middle child of 5. And grew up poor, came to Philly, met my daddy, and then had 7 of us. You would think that for many who follow me on Facebook, you would think that I am the only child. I actually have 5 brothers. I had a sister who passed away years ago. So now me being the daughter, y'all can kind of understand where I'm going with this. I ended up being the caretaker to my mother. My mother has late-stage Alzheimer's. And to have seen her for 9 years, I remember having seen her one way, and her taking care of me and my brothers, and my daddy, and my neighbor's kids, and their kids, and everybody in the neighborhood. She was a go-to person. She was the nucleus. She was the center of our world. So then one day, we find out that, hey, you have early stages of Alzheimer's disease. And it was like, wow. Life as we knew it was starting to be over. I looked at the doctor when he said that to her, and I said, wow, is that a death sentence? Am I losing my mother? She's done everything for everyone. Why her? Why would she get Alzheimer's disease? Now, I know that in the process of when we are telling our story, there's a standard, there's a format. I'm not about formats. I'm all about whatever God says and how he leads. Because there is something that you're going to get. You may not even get it today. It may not even be for you right now. You may not think it is. But you never know what your path is going to take you.
Amen.
Because Lord knows I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure she didn't know. But let's talk about the power of the story. Let's talk about the happiness and success. Let's really get deep down into the nitty-gritty about this. The power of the will you? I want you to text me and say, the power of the will you. The power of the will you. The power of the will you. Y'all like, what the heck is the power of the will you? All right, y'all. I can read mine, right, counselors? We can read mine. The power of the will you. Who wants to know what the power of the will is? I'm telling you the truth. Who doesn't want to know? Raise your hand. I want to make sure I include everybody here. Power of the will. This has never been shared before. I've never shared this until now. Let's make sure that we get some things clear though, before we even move on. This is like really important for me. I want to ask y'all a question. Who wore it better? This is really important. This is really important to me. By show of hands, who would say that Mary Nell Nelson wore it better?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay. Now by show of hands, who would say, ta-da? I don't see no hands. Maybe I think I'm going to have to go home. I think this job board is over. Y'all trying to tell me that Mary Nell Nelson wore that thing better than me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, she did.
Oh, how so? How? Who's the mothers? It's the mothers that it's because of the mother thing? Is that what it is? Now, how in the world do y'all say that she wore it better? And I'm standing right here for y'all. Oh, yeah. She is wearing that. Look at that face. Now you're right. I don't have hands down. I don't have it. I don't have it like her. She got the swag. Anything else? Just the look, not the dress, not anything else. Just the look, huh? Look at that. Look, we gotta make sure. I need to make sure I walk home. Y'all gotta make my esteem feel good, okay? Who wore it better? Who wore it better?
Mama.
Voila. Mama got it again? Don't tell me because of facial expression. How Mama got it better? How'd you wear it better?
Because she let you know she got it. The expression on her face.
The expression on her face, huh? I tell you, boy, I'm gonna tell her about this. She's gonna be happy. Who wore it better? Mom got it again? Y'all gonna always say mom, aren't y'all?
Yes.
Why? How come? How come? I am right here with you ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry?
Because of the way she presented.
The way she presents it.
That's right.
Now let me tell you about my little mama here. She was a model. So she was a model for Sears, the Sears department store, for I don't know how many years it was. I know before I was born. And then she started to become a caregiver, actually, for Beata Services. I don't know if y'all have Beata down here, but it's like a nursing agency where she goes to the homes and be like a home health aide. So she's done that. She was also a school teacher, so she also helped for special needs. So she had a heart and compassion for children, for fashion, for really being for people. So I'm not surprised that y'all will go with her because she's just working it. Notice that though. She has Alzheimer's disease, but she's working it. Are y'all getting what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna get it. The power of the whip. The will you. Mom at noon. I'm going to transition and help y'all to really understand because y'all are really going to get this. I know y'all are. All right, Mom. It is time for you to get up. It's time for us to go to the restroom. So, Mom, I need you. It's just you and me. Girl power. So go ahead and put your arms around me. I know that you're contracted. I know that your hands are closed. I know that you can't really walk. But Mom, it's just you and me. You can do it. I want you to hold on to me. I'm going to open up your arms and wrap it around me. We're here together. Just you and me in this house. I'm going to help you to get up. We're going to go around the table at least one time because that's your exercise. And then we're going to go to the bathroom and everything will be just fine. You ready? All right. I want to scoop you up. Very good, Mom. Go ahead and take your walk. Take your little walk. Good, Mom. We're going to go around the table because, see, I know that you can do it. See, sometimes I know that the aides, because I got cameras around, I know that when they're here, that sometimes they're not helping you to get up and to help you to exercise and walk around because they're looking at you. They think that you can't do anything, but I know you can because of your mindset. Because you always have been the type of person who has always been strong and didn't want anyone to help you. You wanted to help everybody. And I can't even imagine how this makes you feel. at the fact that now you are depending on all of us. But don't worry, Mom. I'm here for you because you've been there for all of us. And we're going to get around this table together. Usually at noontime, she's at her strongest. When everything is daylight, she's at her strongest. And she would take her little steps because she knew that, yes, she may not be able to do it for herself, but now she knows that someone is helping her. Helping her. The power of collaboration. Please say that.
The power of collaboration.
She is helping me to help her and to go around this table just one time because I believed in her. So therefore she believed in herself. So now she's going around this table. She may be so tired, but yet she's putting her all into it, as I know that she can, because she's done it plenty of times before Alzheimer's kicked in. She is at her strongest at noontime. During the day, ladies and gentlemen, you are strongest. And I'm not saying, this is a metaphor, I'm not saying that you're strong at noon. I'm talking about when are you shining? When are you shining? When are you at your best? When are you at your peak? You need to pay attention to that. As counselors, we used to talk about that. We try to help you to understand, where are you at your peak? What have you done that has been so great for your business that you can't do it again for your next business? Or you can't do that now in another situation or circumstance? It doesn't matter about the situation. You can still be consistent. Please say consistent.
Consistent.
Make sure that you are consistent. Consistent with what you're doing. It doesn't matter about the situation or circumstance. It's about the fact that you still remember that at your peak, at your moment, that you are at your best. You can translate that across the board. It's not based on the situation, ladies and gentlemen. It's based on you, your mindset, to be consistent. My mom, we did this before she got Alzheimer's disease. We were already helping her and, helping her to be mobilized. So now it was just second nature. Even when the doctors would say that she couldn't do it, that's when she would prove otherwise that she can. And we knew that at noontime, at her peak, at her moment, that she was always strong. So now it was his second nature, despite of the fact that she was totally incapacitated. She was at her best at noon. When are you at your best? That's the question. When are you at your best? Pay attention to yourselves. When are you at your best? To be profitable is like ABC. Making sure that you are profitable in your business, you have to pay attention. Pay attention to what worked and what didn't work. Be able to separate the two. What worked for you, what didn't work. Don't worry about the fact that you were once a plumber, now you're, you're a fashion designer, or you were once a custodian, and now you are this great entrepreneur. It doesn't matter that, hey, I was a counselor, then I was a coach. You may feel like it's a similar transition, but it's not. Because now I'm a caregiver. When it comes down to it, when I go after traveling around the world and talking to so many people all over the world, I come back home, I take that hat off. I'm a caregiver. And to be clear, because a lot of times I know some people have said, we wish you a happy Mother's Day, Sarah. I'm not a mother. I don't have any children. And she's certainly not my child. This is my mother. I am just a daughter in love with her mom. Just a daughter in love with her mom. Because she has been an amazing person. And I want y'all to please get this. This is not me sharing my story just to share it. It's for whatever you get from this that's going to empower you and immobilizing you to your next. Say my next.
My next.
To be profitable in your business is like ABC. Pay attention to what worked and what didn't work. We don't have to make this so hard, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to always try to make it so difficult. It's so simple. Simply find out what worked and what didn't work. Take in the meat and spit out the bones. Who ever heard that before? Have you ever heard that before? Take in the meat and spit out the bones. Oh, come on. Who's from North Carolina again? So take in the meat and spit out the bones. Take in what worked, discard what doesn't. Believe it to see it, not see it to believe it. We've heard this before, yes? But do we apply it? What in the world is going on that have you to not always believe? You got to stay in belief. Believe in yourself. That you can do it, that you can make it. Believe in yourself. In order to be profitable, you have to first believe in you. You can't expect for anybody to believe in you first if you don't believe in you first. You got to set the tone. Consistency. Learn, earn, and repeat. Be consistent. It doesn't matter about the situation. It doesn't matter about the location. Remember how I had y'all to get up and now shift your energy, shift your vibrations, to get out of your comfort zone. It doesn't matter the location, the place, the circumstance, the time. It's all about being consistent. These are the things I learned from my mother, who can't talk, who can't walk, who can't do anything. But I learned that from her. Are y'all getting this? Her story, power of her story. Y'all already fell in love with her because y'all already proved that, because y'all all picked her about her wearing it better. So learn from her. Second time is a charm. 3 o'clock, now, Mom, it's time for us to now get up. I know we did this before at noon, now it's 3. It's time for you to get back to the bathroom. I'm gonna pick you up, let's see about you going around the table again. She tried to go around the table, but this time, she started to slow down. Because now, things have changed for her. She already had proven herself that she was able to get around once. But that's why I'm there, to help her to get to that other leg of that journey. Who do you have in your life that's helping you around the table at 3 o'clock? Who do you have that's helping you to now keep empowering you and pushing you like, girl, you can do it, you can do anything. We're not an island by ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We are not but an island by ourselves. We need to now network and be connected. This is what Peggy has, her vision. This is why we're here. We have connected with each other. You know, a lot of times I'll speak for me again. I used to frown upon the coaching industry. I'm not going to even lie.
Me too.
I didn't want anybody to call me a coach. I was like, I'm not no coach. Don't tell me I'm a counselor. But I was getting the counselor salary. Not saying that y'all ladies, let me tell you about my salary. My salary was so low. I was in that poor stage, okay? Because I was jonesing for a $5 copay. They couldn't pay me, and I had to wait like 6 months for the insurance to give me the other $50 of that $5 copay. I didn't understand my worth. I didn't understand my worth. What is your worth? Please ask your neighbor, what is your worth?
What is your worth?
I cheapen myself down to all the work that I've done, helping people to get off the ledge, talking to them, telling them, look, you know, you can make it. Please live. Don't kill yourself today. You know, I got a report. I got to write this up and put a report in this. Don't do this now. I'm like, look, all these things that we were doing, but yet going back home, lights being threatened to be turned off, mortgage, you know, can't keep up with the mortgage. But I'm able to save lives. I'm empowering lives in the counseling industry, but only able to get $5 copay. Where they would tell me that, okay, look, I owe you. Get me next time. What? For a $5 copay? Y'all can't even give me the $5 copay. Because I didn't know my worth. They did. I didn't. They knew what I was giving and empowering them with. But the thing is, we have to make sure in order to be productive, we have to get rid of those 3 Ds, the triple Ds. We got to make sure that we get rid of, say it with me, distractions, deceit, and dead weight. Lord have mercy. Do y'all have dead weight in your lives? We got dead weight in their lives we got to get rid of. Come on. See the truth and shame the devil. No one knows. Working with my mother. There were distractions that were coming in. God bless him, my daddy. God bless him. I do love my dad, y'all. Please understand this, what I'm about to say. But at times he was a distraction at 3 p.m. to my mom. Mary, why are you even doing this? Why are you even getting up? Just go ahead and relax. You don't need to, you know, do all this. You're fine. You know, you don't have to keep doing this. Mary, just sit down. You already did all this. You can just rest. His intention was good. He didn't want his wife of 50-something years to keep on trying to push herself. But if he knows his wife, she wants to be pushed. She doesn't need the distractions. So I was that buffer. Like, Dad, we got this. Don't worry, this is girl power. You don't understand this. We got this. Mama wants to go around the table, we're going around the table. She only go halfway, that's fine. I help her with the other way. Because that's what we do. But I had to recognize the distractions, even when they're family. Lord have mercy, am I hitting something there? Even when they're family, they can be a distraction. Kids, oh my God. It can be a distraction. You better recognize. Loved ones, friends, cousins, aunties, grandma. It can be distractions. You have to recognize it. Separate the two. Their intentions may be great, but what is God calling you in terms of your greatness? You cannot let anything stop that. The deceit, you can't have people telling you one thing. God, Lord have mercy. I used to love Whitney Houston. Who loved Whitney Houston? I did. I tell you, when I was 7 years old, she came out singing and belting. she made this skinny girl believe in herself that, okay, I can sing as a powerful sister because of the fact that this lady here was this like powerful and singing and all that great stuff. She made me believe in myself as a singer. Now, don't ask me to sing today. I'm not wearing that hat. But the fact that Whitney Houston, when she was at her low, when she came out and did one of these specials, and she was like really, really like skinny and small. And I can only imagine. It was said that oftentimes people were just telling her, like, girl, you look great. You look amazing. Don't worry, girl. You look great. And now there's a difference between encouraging your sister. And there's another. You're lying to your sister. Okay? But you need to speak the truth here. Who are deceiving you? Who's speaking lies versus truth? Can you discern that? This is where the Holy Spirit comes in. You got to go by your instinct. What is your instinct telling you? We go a lot of times by what we see, but not by what we believe, and not by our inner gut. As women, we know certain things about certain things. I don't have to even address all of that today. But we know certain things about certain things, and we feel it. But yet, we still go with it. Like, oh, maybe I was wrong. I'll keep going with it. And then, to our surprise, it blows up in our face because we weren't surprised. We just kind of deceived ourselves. So it's two deceits. The ones that people say to you, but then the self-sabotaging that you do. Who's self-sabotaging themselves here? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Because the truth shall make you what? Free. Amen. We need to recognize, when are we self-sabotaging? When are we now deceiving ourselves on where we are in our business, in our lives, when it comes to our health, when it comes to our wealth, when it comes to our mindset, when it comes to our body, when it comes to anything and everything in our lives. We need to now recognize, where are we deceiving ourselves so that we don't deceive ourselves anymore, that we no longer self-sabotage. You know, that whole fake it till you make it. Lord Jesus, who heard that before? Fake it till you make it. Who subscribed to that? Young guys. The Lord knows I do. I remember I was at this one presentation, and it was a mother of the church. I said, Mother, I know that you've been speaking this for years, and I'm sorry, please don't hurt me, don't spank me. But this whole fake it till you make it, we're going to always keep faking it. Exactly. As opposed to just being truthful, being you, being authentic, and make it. Because now we have created a habit. Please say habit. Habit. We created a habit now to now keep faking it. Right. I knew how, when I was poor and broke and all that, I knew how to make it look good on Facebook. I knew how to make it seem like I was doing so many things. But then going home to the mortgage being an issue, my lights being an issue, my car being an issue, being repossessed, all these things. Because I was faking it till I make it. As opposed to now buckling down and trying to really understand my finances. Amen? Hello? Amen. Yes. Understand those finances. I had to get rid of my own deceit to myself. And the dead weight, Lord Jesus. The people, places, and things. Y'all better go ahead. This is your homework assignment, because you know we're great at homework assignments. Make sure that y'all write a list. What are the dead weights? And be honest and truthful to yourself. What are some dead weights that's in your life that you need to drop and let go? As a matter of fact, letting go. Monica.
Yes, dear.
I want you to hold on to this.
Okay.
I want you to let it go. All right. Take this again. I want you to let it go. There's a difference between letting it go and dropping it.
You're right.
If we drop it, we have the ability to pick it up back up. But if we let it go, release it, we can't get it back. Y'all need to not just drop the weight, the dead weight. You need to let go of the dead weight. What is God trying to take out of your life? That's dead weight. So that now you can be more free. What is holding you down? That's having you to not be at your fullest potential. There is so much more out there. Please say more. More. There's so much more out there. Your next is out there. Your more is out there. But why are you holding it up? That's being selfless. That's selfish. That's being selfish. Being selfish. Because you don't know who you're holding up right now. Who's in your heart? Ask your neighbor, who's in your heart? Who's in your heart? Y'all were in my heart. Y'all were in my heart the whole time. Because of the fact that there was a message that had to be shared. My story had to be shared. I didn't even meet most of you, I don't know. But y'all were in my heart because God placed y'all in my heart. He knew that there was a word that had to be shared today. But in order for you to receive, that means you have to let go. Let Him take it. So that now it makes room for the right things to come into your life. To now elevate to your greatness, to your destiny, to your level, to your next. Say next.
Next.
Drop that dead weight, y'all. That's the bottom line. Final showdown, 6 p.m. Mom's tired. It's been a long day for her. All right, Mom, you about to go to bed, get yourself ready. So we're just going to go around the table one more time. I know, Mom, I know that you're tired, and it's okay. We're going to do this together, because now what we're going to do, Mom, is not get to the finish line. We're going to cross the finish line. Please say cross the finish line.
Cross the finish line.
Outside, we are all built in our mindset to just get to the finish line. Have y'all ever seen any of those races? Oh my God, please tell me. There's this one race where this guy was running. Oh, he was at fast pace. He knew that he got it. He turned around. He saw that, everybody was behind him. He just knew he had it. So then he started to slow down. Because like, oh, they're behind me. I'm not worried about this. I got this. I got this race. And then maybe like 2 seconds, all of a sudden, he just, in his peripheral, somebody came and surpassed him. And so because he got distracted, he looked to his left. Before you know that, he was like, what? And they paused and freeze. Like, he was like that. And then the person that ran after him won that race. They crossed the finish line. That guy was only thinking about getting to the finish line. How about you, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all just getting to the finish line? Or y'all crossing the finish line? Yeah, I hear you.
Right.
I hear you.
Right.
I hear you. But are y'all being truthful?
That's right.
Who's crossing the finish line? Make sure that you set your mindset to cross the finish line. Set your intention to cross the finish line. Because there are a room full of people, or a world of people out there waiting for you. You don't know how far. I didn't know that this North Philly girl, Lord, was going to someday be in Amsterdam speaking to the masses, to India speaking to the masses, going out there to South Africa speaking to the masses, to Morocco speaking to the masses, to Italy speaking to the masses. How in the world this poor broke girl was able to get from here to there? Because of the fact of the gift will make room for you. And Lord knows, I just told y'all, it wasn't my bank account. Everything was getting cut off. Everything was getting cut off. It wasn't my bank account. So don't pay attention to that. It wasn't my doctorate degree. It wasn't even that. People will find you in the strangest places. Somebody called me, you know how y'all get those, I don't know if y'all get these emails, and I'm almost wrapping up. I don't know if y'all get those emails that says like, oh, you had a long lost cousin that was in, Liberia, Libya, and
Stranded, robbed.
yeah, right. Or the one that talks about how you got a cousin there, they died, so now you get like all this money and all that. So when I got this letter, email from India, they like, we saw your website, you're great, we want you to come and speak. Hey, get out of here! I'm not falling for that. Look, I'm not falling for that. But I did my research. And I talked to somebody that actually knew about it. They said, oh, it's a great organization. You need to go ahead and connect with the visionary. I said, all right, I'll go ahead and do that. I did that, started research, get my information, and it was amazing. It's like, it was very, very legit. I said, okay, God, I don't got the money. How you going to make this work? Never worry about the how. Right. Tell your neighbor, never worry about the how. Never worry about the how. Okay? You never know. I couldn't worry about the how. I couldn't look at my bank account. I said, God, you got it. I'm going to keep going. And it just instantly, they were opening up. The doors were opening up. People were giving me money. Who are you that you're giving me money? Okay, I know. I don't care. Thank you so much. Because, they're investing into my trip to India. All these doors are opening up for me. I go to India and I meet the visionary, Dr. Harbin Arora, beautiful soul. And what was amazing was that the fact of the connection of relationship, the power of relationship. Please say that, the power of relationship. It is amazing. The power of relationship. That now I was able to bless other women to go. I was able to now talk to at least 12 to 22 women to go on to the next trip to India. I'm always looking to try to see, as Dr. Remy has said graciously about me, I'm a door connector. I love to connect people to where they need to be. You just don't know who is in this room right now, who is your next level to your greatness, to your destiny, who has your money, who has your ability to now be around the masses. Lord have mercy, don't go based on numbers. Please tell your neighbor, don't go based on numbers. It doesn't matter that it's 25 people that's here.
That's right.
Look, it is like how many deep for each person that you are connected to. I have a ridiculous network of so many people, thousands and thousands all over the world. This North Philly girl that was broke has a daggone network of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. Who wants to go to India? Who wants to go ahead and chop and travel around the world and speak to the masses? Y'all better raise your hand. Whoever want to do it. So I tell y'all catching this. I love to connect people to people, so y'all need to see me about that. I have no problem helping people to get to their next level.
That's right.
Because see, I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. Y'all are here for each other, not for yourselves. Your gift will make room. It will provide for you. Your gift is for others. Your gift will provide for you. So I helped my mother cross the finish line, because many a times she helped me cross the finish line. This is where I start crying, and it's okay. She has been so amazing. She can't talk, she can't walk, she can't do anything. But yet she still empowers me. I'm inspired that this woman who cannot move is touching lives all over the world. She's touching your life right now. Because y'all had the nerve to say that she wore it back. The fact that there are people on Facebook from India, from Tokyo, from China, who's reaching out to me. Oh, I love the story of your mother. She is amazing. I want to go ahead and make amends with my mom. You know, I didn't know that love existed until I saw y'all story. And it's the blow my mind, like, this is my parent, this is my mother. How do you not? Now, as a counselor, I understood that there are times that there are estranged, things do happen. But nevertheless, the fact that she was in a situation where she can't even do anything, but yet she's empowering the whole entire world. So if this woman who is not able-bodied, who is disabled, can touch lives all over the world, what is your excuse? What is your excuse? How much more can you do being able-bodied? In order to make sure that you do your part in this world, be proud of you. Be proud of who you are. A lot of times, and this is the secret, this is where I'm going to tell you what the YWP is. A lot of times, we are walking so fragmented and broken. We are walking disconnected and disjointed. We have learned, as women in particular, how to keep on fighting, keep on ticking, keep on ticking, keep on taking and looking, but keep on ticking. But Lord have mercy, what things have we lost along the way? As a sacrifice. Because we think that that's what makes us strong, is the fact that we sacrifice so much. Who said that though? Who said that? Why are we sacrificing? There's certain things we don't have to even sacrifice and still be successful. We don't have to sacrifice certain things and still be happy. We don't have to sacrifice certain things that we thought that we had to. We know how to make ourselves dead last. Ladies, say dead last. We know how to make ourselves dead last. That's what I talk about in my book. It's your turn now. 7 Secrets to Living Life on your own terms. You can call the shots. But a lot of times we feel guilty. We don't want to do things for ourselves. The things that we would do as short of get our nails done, get our hair done, we say that that's our time. That's our self-care. That's our me time. No, it's not. There is so much more that we can do with ourselves. Even he's in me. Amen. Say it again, sis. I will say it, brother. Look, there's more to life than just getting our hair and our nails done.
That's right.
That's not self-care. Oh my God. We need to make sure that we are first in the equation.
Yes, ma'am.
As opposed to putting ourselves dead last. But see, it's because we're nurturers. We're born as nurturers. We're trying to make sure everybody else is taken care of. But then we don't have any energy after that. We're like, okay, now it's finally our turn. We're retired, got the husband, took care of him, his business. We got the kids out there, married and everything. Okay, what's left of you to now put your turn? You won't have any time. Your time is now. Say now. Now. Your time is right now.
Yes.
Right now. Right now to take your turn. But in order to do that, make sure that you are proud of who you are. Good, bad, and indifferent. A lot of times we disassociate and disjoint and disconnect from our own selves. We'll put our best foot forward and hide that other bad foot. But see, the foot never disappeared. It's there. How you move it? Now, of course, with technology and all that, they have things that can help you to move without legs and feet. But for the point, we are moving, trying to keep our best foot forward and trying to hide the other foot. And guess what? It's not being hidden.
Right.
Everybody see it. You try to act like it's not there. But it is. So what you need to do is own it. Own it. Say own it.
Own it.
Own your stuff. Look, let me tell you, I own that I can be cocky. I can be, I can be cocky. I can be very cynical. I can. I'm very sarcastic. I own all that. I'm okay with that. Even if it's not okay with anybody else. That's my stuff. But if I try to act like it doesn't exist, and so now I'm trying to put my best foot forward to be politically correct, but hey, because I didn't address it, it's still coming out. It's still coming out, and then it's impacting my relationships. It's impacting other things that I'm not paying attention to. Pay attention to what their things are about you. But at the same time, make sure that you own it and accept it. Embrace it. That's not what makes you perfect. It's about what makes you human. There are things about us that makes us human. We all got good, bad, and indifferent about us. The bottom line is, accept it, embrace it. So then be proud of yourself. Because you can't get rid of that bad foot. Nothing to do about it. Deal with it. Work with it. Embrace it so that you can be whole. Please say whole, ladies.
Whole.
Don't discredit yourself. Give yourself credit for the things that you've done. You may not be where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. That is the truth. Y'all already shifted to another level already. Just being at this networking conference today. You're already adding value to your lives. So that now you're going to add value to other people. But put things in decency and order. Put yourself first. You got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first, ladies and gentlemen, before putting it on someone else. Even if it's your child, even if it's your business, and you want to give it your all, you got to make sure that you give yourself proper care and time. If you are the smartest, y'all heard this before, smartest person in the room, you need to get out of the way, right? Get out and get into another circle. I would dare to say, create your own. That's going to now also pour into you. You cannot be that nucleus and trying to get to your all to everybody, and then you're expecting for people to give back to you. It's not going to happen. You know why? Because it's already set up that way, to you being the one that gives. They're the ones that's going to take. How can takers give? That's their position, is to take. You got to be around people who also give, but you also learn how to give and take. It's a give and take, give and take. Make sure that you cross the finish line, not just get to it. So here's where I end. I'm not sure how I am on time, but I want to hear. What is the WYP? The W is your why. Say why.
Why?
The W is your why. The why, a lot of times you know how we go into different places and we would talk about, or you may have heard this, many people would say, oh, well, you know, this is my why. My why is my husband, my wife, my children. This is why I do everything. This is what I dedicate my life, you know, work to do. I came to upset that apple cart tonight. You know why? Do y'all know why?
Why?
Come on, talk back to me. Why, Dr. Sarah?
Why?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Renee. Talk back to me, Renee, because we all cool. We all family here. So, see, my family, my friends call me Renee. So, but Sarah is usually I go by, but we're all family. So, say, why, Renee?
Why, Renee?
Thank you. The why is actually you. Your why is not your family. It's not your daughter. It's not your husband. It's not your kids. It's not anything other than you.
Right.
I know y'all can't see it, but you are your why. You are your why. You are your why. Your why is you because of what you've been through. I thought that my why was my mother. It wasn't. I had not a rude awakening, a great enlightenment. I was at a place where, and I said this many times in my conferences, even in talking about the book, not to give the book away, because I do have the book here for purchase as well. I was at a point where, September 25th, 2014, Dr. Sarah Renee Langley, who was a licensed professional counselor, helping multiple people and saving their lives and keeping them from killing themselves, I wanted to kill myself. And I couldn't tell a soul. Why? Because it was a threat. You know how when we have to renew our licenses and how it says like, okay, do you have any depression, do you have any issues, whatever, you know, you got to tell the truth on that sometimes. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I can't even tell anybody about the fact that Dr. Sarah Renee Langley, who's been here saving lives and helping people to not kill themselves, wanted to kill herself. And the reason why, because I was tired. I was tired of carrying everything and anything. I got tired. I got tired. Who ever been tired? Who's ever been tired? Who's ever been in pain? I had to be truthful and be honest that I wanted to kill myself. I had to trust God. Even when I was crying out to God, God, you see what I'm about to do? I have 2 knives here. Okay, it's the first time I botch it up, I got the second knife on hand. I want to kill myself, God. And you're not even going to save me? You're not saying a word? Have you forsaken me? Then Lord, I don't have anybody here. I might as well go ahead and kill myself. So after 3 hours of crying, say 3. 3 hours of crying. And still not hearing a mumbling word from God. I came to myself. I said, you know what? There must be something greater than myself that wants to take me out of here. So I cannot kill myself. I got to share my story. I recognized that I was my why. I thought my mom was, until without her saying a word, because she can't talk. She said it to me in my heart. Y'all are mothers, so y'all know y'all's kids. Y'all know when there's something going on with them before they even say anything. Y'all know, y'all got that instinct. Remember, I talked about that, the Holy Spirit, get that instinct. Y'all better make sure that y'all pay more attention to your instincts. Go with your instinct. I have never taken care of anybody my whole life. I didn't have to. But then I was placed in a position to take care of my mother. My mom, who took care of all of us. How can I fill those shoes? I'm the next Mary Nelson Langley. So I thought, until she told me, without saying a word, she said it to my heart. Baby girl, I'm content. I'm happy with what I've done. I've done my part. I raised you all. I took care of my husband. This is not your life. I want you to live your life. What are you called to do? I want you to do it. Don't give your life to me. I've lived my life. Isn't that like God? With someone who couldn't even talk, I got that from her, just looking in her eyes. And she told me that in my spirit. But that's when I recognized that I was my why. And I'm my why because of the fact of what I've been through. Please say, what have I been through?
What have I been through?
This is actually a question to you all. What is your story? Because see, that leads to the P, your purpose. You are your purpose. You are your purpose. You are your why. See, now I know that I thought that I was here because of the fact that I want to be a clinical psychotherapist, helping people, helping marriages, helping couples, helping people to, you know, not kill themselves, all that good stuff. No, I realized that no, I'm a caregiver, that I'm a motivational speaker, I'm an empowerment speaker. I am to share my story. Doesn't matter how hurtful it may be and how it may actually expose me. What are y'all hiding? What are you hiding that you don't want anyone to know, you don't want to be exposed? Because do you not know that what you are exposing yourselves to is your greatest thing that you have in your heart, in your spirit? The very thing that you're scared to expose yourself on and about, where people are going to think about you and all that, may be that very thing that leads to your purpose.